Oh, it's still blurry. Crap.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just stick on this image for a little bit for like 7 seconds. And this is going to be the beginning of the YouTube. And I'll put some text here. You know what I mean saying? You know what I'm saying? Put some text
Oh,
here.
yeah.
And then it's going to say like, the podcast episode whatever 69. And then we're going to pop back in. Here we go. Oh, also, I didn't script anything too. I didn't prepare. So this is off the top. Okay, here we go. All right, we're gonna 3, 2, 1, action. Oh, welcome back. Hey, welcome everyone. This is twitch.tv/jonsfm. I'm here in Los Angeles with a special guest. Her name is Proper Peach.
Hi.
There it is. Oh, sorry.
Oh. Hi, everybody.
So I'm here. Proper Peach is from Hawaii, and she's coming here to Los Angeles to have a LA tour or LA trip.
Sure. Yeah, just to kind of come back. I wanted to go to Disneyland, and then I also wanted to stream and do all that sorts of stuff. So yeah, no real reason why I'm here. I don't have to be here, but I'm here one way or another.
You just came to LA to kind of just do IRL streaming, right?
Yeah. A little mix of IRL streaming and Disneyland. Yes, just a week.
Cool.
So
welcome to the stream. I hope this switcher situation works. It took me like an hour to set this whole thing up. But we're going to talk with her. I'm going to ask her some questions, and I'm really interested in her perspective as a female streamer. So I'm happy to have you.
Thanks. I'm happy to be a female. Oops, I hit the mic.
It's okay. You're happy to be a female?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think let's start this off the way I start all of these off. And I wanted to hear your story of what brought you to the point that that made you want to start streaming.
Yeah. So, yes, female Peach. That's me.
The volume is low. It shouldn't be low.
Volume is low. Should I speak a little more into the mic?
Maybe I'll raise it up a little bit.
Origin story.
You guys said the audio was good before. Peach is especially low.
Peach is low.
Okay, let me raise her up. Try saying some stuff.
Hey, can I curse?
Yeah, sure.
Fuck you.
Keep going.
Woo! Little dumbass bitch.
How about you share your story and then we'll correct your audio.
Better? You mean Yumi's loud. Sorry. Is this 18 plus? Are you mature? Are you marked as mature?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Marked as mature. That's good?
That's good.
Okay. Before I was interrupted. Okay, so how did you come to become a streamer?
Yeah, so I never planned for any of this to happen. And I'm a new streamer.
How long have you been streaming for, first of all?
I created my account in July. I kind of started turning on the camera in August, but it wasn't until October where I was like, oh, I think I want to do this full time. And I started IRL March, April.
Okay.
Yeah.
So almost a year.
It's June
since
now.
You started.
Yeah. In October, it's going to be like my 1-year anniversary. Yeah. So it's TwitchCon too.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really random. I have my other platforms, my other paid platforms, and just for fun, just to like kind of just as like a little bonus thing, I thought it would be fun to do a mukbang whenever I'm like eating lunch or something, or when I have nothing to do. I'm like, oh, why don't I just film myself eating? So I created a Twitch account, and then I would just using my phone, the Streamlabs app, I would just put that up, and I would just eat my lunch, and it'll be like an hour stream or something, and really bad lighting, and I'm just sitting in like on the floor on top of my coffee table, just like eating food. So it was anything serious, maybe like once a week, and then I don't know, I just started watching more streamers, and it kind of became more real for me, and I'm like, oh, this is like something that I can't do. Sorry, I got
Okay, don't look at that chat.
Distracted by chat.
This is a conversation between me and you.
Yeah.
And they are just eavesdropping.
Yeah,
Don't think of that. Yeah, don't listen to them.
And then at the end of September, I went like on a road trip with my girlfriends, and then during that road trip, I was like, oh, I think I want to do Twitch full time, and so I came back, and then I streamed 4 to 5 times a week.
So did you start with like doing mukbang? Yeah. Like when you started your channel, your idea was that you wanted to like do mukbang streams?
No, I thought I would play League of Legends. So I would do League of Legends streams. I was like, oh, people would definitely watch me play video games.
What made you want to do League of Legends?
I love playing the game.
You're like a huge League of Legends player?
Yeah, huge. And when I would watch Twitch as a viewer, it was always like League players. There's this one jungler, his name's Nightblue. So I would like just watch him all the time, and I jungled. I was a jungle main, so, and he was as well. So I would just watch him all the time. Yeah, but I've gone through many transitions. Like I was a League of Legends streamer, and then I started doing just chatting, and then I started TFT streamer, and then I did a little bit of React streams, and then it turned into yoga, and then working out, and now I do IRL. So in that short span of time, I've like transitioned a lot.
Well, what prompted the transitions for all of those? Okay, so before I say that, when you said that League of Legends streamer, what was his name again? Nightblue. So Nightblue was kind of, would you say he was the one that made you want to stream League of Legends?
He was a streamer that I watched. I never thought I would stream. But yeah, I thought if I were to play a game, I would play a game that I know. Yeah.
League of Legends.
League of Legends.
And then so from League of Legends, what prompted you to kind of try out these different like content, like React, and then you went to just chatting, and then so on and so forth?
Just as a viewer, you would find different categories, and you start becoming recommended to other streamers who do different things. So at that time when I started, I was really narrow-minded in what I could do. I didn't realize that Twitch was this whole platform that like there's all kinds of things that people stream. And the more the door started opening up to like just the idea of streaming different things, that's when I was like, oh, like I could do this and I could do that. And
how did you find those content? Were there specific streamers that like inspired you to do React, inspired you to do just chatting, non-gaming streams?
I mean, there's so many streamers who like I would watch and be like, oh, maybe I could do that. Yeah, lots of streamers.
A lot of streamers. Yeah. You don't have a few that's like, these are the ones that inspired me. I love Nightblue, and I love Ms. Kiff. I don't know. Whoever is the React streamer.
Let me see. I'm trying to like, now I follow so many channels, and so many creators influence me so much. I'm like I like can't even remember back to who. Yeah.
That's okay. Okay. So how about now? So like in the time passing between all those different types of content, then eventually you made it to IRL, right? What interested you in IRL?
Well, Um, by the time January rolled around, I think my mental health was like deteriorating because I'm inside all the time. And when I start streaming, I have to close all my blinds. And every time I close my blinds, I would die a little inside.
I think you need to put the mic closer to your mouth. Yeah, people are saying she's not loud enough, right? Can you just like point it like this? Like that,
better?
but like directing at you.
Oh, like this?
Like that, yeah, there you go.
Because it's right here.
Right, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
better?
All right, cool. All
okay,
right.
cool.
I forgot what my question was.
I forgot so too.
It was
What was it, chat? What were
something like what brought you to IRL streaming, I think.
IRL? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, my blinds, exactly. Every time I would close my blinds, I would die a little inside. And it just like wasn't a healthy lifestyle for me to be inside all the time because I was really grinding. Because when I decided I wanted to become a streamer, I was like putting in the hours every day, all day. And I would stream until like the sun would go down. And living in Hawaii, it's like, what's the point of living in Hawaii if you're not going to go outside? Because it's such an expensive place to live. There's a cost of paradise, and if I can't enjoy being outside, then I might as well be like move to Idaho or something, you know, and like find a cheap place to live and just be a hermit for the rest of my life. So yeah, I kind of started looking into streaming outside because I knew you could do it from your phone.
Yeah.
But I thought that's all I was limited to. And I tried it, and Hawaii has really shitty internet. It's really bad. And just streaming from your phone it's just not good. And I quickly realized that, but I wanted to make it happen. So that's when I started going into the rabbit hole of IRL streaming and setup, and that's when I learned that you could actually like have an encoder and you could attach all these modems to it and you can actually stream outside with good quality. Yeah, and I watched a lot of your YouTube videos.
Wow.
You and Spreezy, I watched both of them, and both of them combined I created my setup. And that's how I got into IRL. And it's definitely like made for me, I think.
Were there any IRL streamers that inspired you to get into IRL? Because in Hawaii, there are not really many streamers.
Not many streamers. There's a lot of like hobby streamers. But no one like who's really into it. There is this one streamer, but she doesn't stream regularly at all, like maybe once a month. So
are there any streamers that inspired you to do IRL streaming?
Not until I started researching into IRL that because I didn't even know it was a thing at the time. I thought Twitch was just desktop streamers. Which a lot of people think. Even out in the street, people are like, Twitch, I thought that's for games and stuff. That's what I thought too. So I had no idea this world existed until I started digging into it.
Mm.
Yeah. So obviously you.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm
I was
honored.
telling John earlier that I was cleaning out my Google Drive at home just to clear up some space, and I saw John's Excel sheet, his Google sheet, and I downloaded it February 22nd, 2022. And here we are in June.
Dang.
Yeah.
So you deleted it?
Nope.
The
I still have
spreadsheet.
it.
You still have it?
Yeah.
You said you were clearing out your Google.
I didn't delete
that
it.
wasn't, you weren't deleting that one.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Okay, so how about
Well,
is there anything that you can share about your journey from starting streaming to coming here? Like, how did you have any notable points in your journey, maybe with your viewership going maybe up and down, or anything you might remember, or especially you're a partner streamer now, right? When did you hit partner?
Oh, that's a good question.
You don't remember?
I want to say like March. Yeah. Around the time I started IRL streaming, I hit partner.
How was your partner journey experience?
I didn't even this was my second time applying. So
So you got denied the first time.
I did.
Okay.
Yep.
How was your like numbers at the time?
It was pretty solid.
Okay.
Yeah, my channel grew pretty fast. And so, I started October. By January, my numbers were solid and I applied. I got rejected, and their reasoning was that, like, I need to show that I can maintain this growth.
That's a common thing that they say, yeah.
Yeah. And that was the only feedback they gave me. So I was like, okay, great. And they said reapply in 4 to 6 weeks. So I just grinded for 6 weeks. And then I was able to even like keep increasing my numbers, and I reapplied in March.
What kind of numbers are we talking about here at that time? You'd say?
The numbers all blur because everything just happens so fast. I think in January I was making like 100 average viewers. And then when March rolled around, I was like, a good day would be 400 viewers, I think.
Nice.
Yeah. I might be off though, but yeah, it's somewhere around like that.
Did you have any other issues with like your viewership or anything like that? What did you find streaming hard to maintain viewership, or was it just like a steady growth?
Well, I learned very early on that if you're a booba streamer, you can grow faster. So I just always did desktop streams with like with you can look at past clips and stuff like but when I started to do IRL, I would be a little bit more conservative in what I wore, and I remember my viewership dropped a lot. So a way to bypass that was doing beach streams, IRL. I would do what I want, like go eat and go do this and that, but then I would also include like a segment where I'm at the beach. So doing a little bit of both, I find helped me stabilize my viewership again. Yeah, but you saw it today. You remember my numbers when you before you joined in?
No, I don't remember. What was your numbers?
Booba equals inflation. Yeah, and even within a stream, when I'm like at the beach, it definitely grows faster, and then the moment I start doing something else, it drops. But it's fine for me because I want to keep doing IRL because it's fun. Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like to me that in your journey you're learning a lot about streaming, and you're learning a lot about your streaming strategies and stuff like that. So you would say that like you're leaning into what it is like being a girl on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing that I want to get into with this like interview. And I want to basically I wanted you on here because I'm really interested in the girls' perspective of being a streamer on Twitch. And I think we can be a little bit less modest here about like, what girls do on Twitch. And personally, like, this is the first female streamer that I've had in the show. So I think you have a good perspective, right?
Yeah, the thing is, it's so hard for me to speak candidly about this because there's things that I can't say and things that I can't.
Yeah, we gotta be a little strategic about the things that we say.
The thing is, I and like you probably know the formula for quick growth, right? And I'm always thinking about like, how can I grow? Because the more you grow, the more opportunities you can get and the more things you can do, like me traveling to LA and doing a podcast with John. It's but the thing is, when you grow really fast, it how do I put this? The people don't come to watch for you as a person. So you're very disposable, you're very replaceable. And I noticed that people don't stick around. For like booba streamers, they're always coming and going, and I find that they don't really care to know me as a person. So you always have to grind, and you always have to
Sure.
find different ways to like do different things. Whereas I find that having a mix of like hot tub streams and IRL streams, the IRL part, it helps me to connect with my viewers and have them see a side of me that they might not have during the hot tub streams, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Okay, I get it. So I guess my impression of like female streamers versus the male streamers, or at least like streams that have like high viewership and like good visuals, so to speak, versus other streamers that are more like relationship based, is that maybe the viewership is higher on one end, but the viewer retention isn't very high.
There we go.
Is that right? So like, I guess you can think of it from the viewer's perspective is like, once they come into the stream and then they're in there for a certain amount of time, they got what they got, right? That's like, we ate at the buffet, right? And it's time to go. But when you're at these other streamers who are more like relationship based content, or like whatever the content is a little bit more deep, then the retention is a little bit longer, right? So where do you find yourself in trying to navigate that type of relationship? Like, are you trying to push more for like the I guess it's hard as a streamer, because like as a streamer we need high numbers, but at the same time we also want high retention, so that people are in there, and then they're in there for longer than what before they leave, basically. So like, how do you navigate that? What do you think about that?
Let's see.
Is that a hard question?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's so the categories are so polarized. You're either a hot tub streamer or you do IRL, and finding an in between is so hard. You're either a hot tub streamer who's naughty and feeds the coomers, and then you have your IRL streamers who's wholesome and they're covered.
I don't know if IRL streamers are also there's not many wholesome
well,
IRL
look
streamers.
at Ginny versus Amaranth. It's different, and walking the line in the middle, which is what I'm trying to do, is hard. And I can't really, there aren't a lot of streamers that I could look up to emulate what they do and see what success they've had, and how they cross the line. It's a hard question to answer.
What's kind of your vision for your stream, like as a content creator? Like, what does your stream kind of look like to you? At least what you wish you would do if you had creative freedom to do what you want to your stream.
I think I would like to continue doing what I am doing now. Just being able to travel the world and show you guys from my perspective, meet cool people, but also at the same time, I don't know, like, also I really do enjoy doing hot tub streams and things like that. So being able to juggle both audiences, yeah.
That does the hot tub stream and the beach streams kind of play into the fact that you're like an island girl from Hawaii?
Yeah, it definitely
That's like
helps.
your identity.
I think so. It definitely helps. I think I've been put in a position where I'm able to be in the hot tub category, but outside in the beach IRL. And And I have a lot of plans with what I want to do with IRL. So on my stream, I actually have a dono goal for a really nice camera. And I think it would be super cool if I can have like a really nice camera to set up outside, like a nice DSLR camera to set up outside on the beaches. And I think that would be like such an epic view. So yeah, I have ideas, I have projects.
What's your vision? You said you had a goal. So what's the goal of your channel, of your stream?
Goal of my stream?
Yeah.
I really haven't seen it. I mean, I really haven't thought about it that way in terms of like.
You said you wanted to travel and stuff like that. So
I do.
like what type of experiences do you want to share on your stream?
I mean, I want to do what other IRL streamers are doing. I think it's really awesome that like, so one streamer I look up to is Ginny. I mention her a lot because I am an active viewer, and I really think it's cool that she can just go wherever she wants. She was literally in Australia last week, Hawaii, mainland, and now she's in Barcelona. Like, isn't that crazy? Jake and Bake too, like, he's in Korea, and he was supposed to come back, but I guess he extended it because he's having so much fun over there. And just having the flexibility, because first and foremost, I'm a traveler. So I think having any occupation that centers around traveling is really ideal for me.
Would you say like traveling is kind of like a essential part of being an IRL streamer?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Really?
Maybe if you live in like bumfuck Nebraska. Sorry if you live in bumfuck Nebraska. But like if you live like in LA or New York, I feel like there's always so much to do and so much to see, and it's such a transient city. People are always coming in and out that I think if there's so much content. And you could also, if you live in mainland America, or like you live in Europe somewhere, it's so easy to kind of do a road trip or take a train somewhere and do a day trip somewhere else. That I don't know, I just feel like there's always content. It would be nice if you have the means to travel around. Yeah.
Would you consider yourself a traveler?
Mm-hmm.
Where have you traveled to, especially on stream?
On stream, I just started, but New York. This is my second time streaming in LA, Chicago, and I think that's it. I've gone to the Big Island. Yeah.
What places do you want to travel to?
I have a lot of plans coming up. Japan.
Because you're Japanese.
Yeah, I am. And I have a Japanese citizenship, so I can just go in and out of Japan, and I'm privileged in that way. So I figured I might as well take that opportunity. So planning on a Japan trip. I like a UK trip. There's a Vietnam trip I'm thinking of planning.
Oh, Vietnam, wow.
Yeah, but I have to wait until Vietnam opens because they're still closed. Yeah, TwitchCon trip. Yeah, New Orleans, no. Sorry. I also went to New Orleans. That's right.
Oh, you went to New Orleans?
Yeah, I went to NOLA. Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah, it was nice.
I've always wanted to go. I have some close friends who are from New Orleans.
Maybe I went at the wrong time of the year because Mardi Gras just finished, and then I went and it was pretty dead. A lot of the stores were closed, and they're actually, someone told me that the South, they're very particular about being recorded.
Did you have any like weird experiences there?
Everyone was pretty closed off to me. Like there was no Southern hospitality. But the moment I put my camera away and I put stream away and I was just walking around with my friends, we had our experience was fine.
Do you have a specific experience? That happened?
Yeah, lots. I would just like walk into a store and then they would immediately like square up to me and be like, or like get out. I'd be like, okay.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Dang. Because I always personally always wanted to go to New Orleans to stream too. It seems just such a cool, interesting place. There's a lot of culture there. And stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Old French colony. So there's a lot of history there. Oh, we want like a ghost tour and all this stuff. But yeah, maybe like go when it's like lively and there's things to do, because if it's dead and it's just you, like you stick out with the camera.
Gotcha. Do you have any notable experiences of your travel when you streamed? In other places, not just New Orleans, New York, you said, Chicago.
Nothing crazy has ever happened to me. You get these hecklers once in a while who kind of give you a hard time, and then you give shit back to them. But I mean, yeah, fingers crossed, nothing crazy happens to me.
Do you get anyone like hitting on you outside on the streets?
No. I think chat would say differently, but yeah, people don't really hit on me. Maybe because I have a camera and that's like intimidating. They don't want to get rejected.
What was the worst experience you've had while streaming?
Worst experience?
Just in people, not so minus the chat.
Yeah.
We'll get into the chat interactions later. But without the chat, have you had any on-screen experiences?
Luckily, I haven't had any like really, really bad experiences. I think the one that comes to mind is when I was in New York, and this is like 1 a.m, and I was by myself, Times Square, and I was just walking down the street, and he was like a kid, so I don't take it to heart or anything, but he was trying to be like, "Hey, you have YouTube?" And I'm like, "No, it's Twitch." I was like, "You have a Twitch? What's your stream?" And I was like, "Oh, like, because my channel is 18+, so I'm not gonna give him my handle." So I'm like, "Oh yeah, don't worry about it. Like, I'm good." And I'm walking away. And as I'm walking away, he starts screaming at me, like at the top of his lungs, just like yelling, "You're weird! You're weird!" Just repeatedly, nonstop. And I'm walking, and I was like, "Wait a." Like, I stopped dead in my tracks, and I'm like, "What? Is he calling me weird?" So I turn around, I'm like, "What? Where are you? What did you say?" And he's like, "You're weird." And I was like, so I go up to him. I probably should have just walked away, but me and my big mouth, I went to him, I was like, "Why are you calling me weird?" And he's like, "What? You're walking around with the camera. You're weird." And I was like, "Well, this is a camera, like, why would you say something so judgmental like that?" And he starts screaming like, L ratio, everyone type L ratio. I'm like, "Who are you? Like, I don't even know you."
That was the heckler.
Yeah, he was a heckler, and like, but he was a kid, so I just told him, like, "You're just being mean." And then his friends kind of like put him in check, and so I kind of just like ended stream.
He just wanted to troll.
He wanted to troll. Yeah, and he even said, "I'm a troll," and I'm like, okay, well, there's a difference between being an online troll and then like harassment. You can't just yell at people for being weird, even if they are. Yeah, but luckily,
streamers are weird. I'll give it up.
Yeah.
Streamers are weird.
Yeah.
By nature, it's a very weird social thing to just be out there with a camera. You know? Yeah. I'll give it up. Streamers are weird.
But I'm still a newbie on the scene, so I'm very vigilant about my surrounding. Hopefully nothing bad happens. Yeah,
let's pray. Okay, one more question, and then we'll hop into a different subject. One more question, we'll take a break, and then we'll hop into a different subject. But on the opposite end, what's the best experiences that you've had?
I would say meeting new people. That's probably the best experience. Because being a solo traveler and stuff, it's kind of more or less the same all the time. And then you get to see New York from your own perspective to share with stream. But everyone has their own perspective of wherever they are. and just being able to meet someone and then having them show you how they view that city. Like when I went on stream with Replacement, he took me to Venice, and then we went to Santa Monica, and we did a bunch of things in between that I never would have done if I haven't met him. And he's like a really cool guy. I got to meet Kichiki, and now I get to meet you. You're the third person I get to collab with.
That's it? You didn't collab with anyone in New York or like anything like that?
Yeah, when I went to New York, I tried to collab with a few people, and when I went to Chicago, I tried to collab with a few people, but you know how that goes. You make plans, and then life happens, and you know.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Did meeting your mods at Disneyland?
Oh yeah.
A top
I'm
experience
friends
for
with
you?
my mods. Yeah. And we went to Disney yesterday, and that was super fun. Yeah.
But it was like a tough experience for you to stream there, right?
Oh yeah, at the beginning it was fine. Beginning and middle it was fine, but towards the end, my HDMI cables, I think it was the cable, it started giving out, and the audio kept effing. So we ended up cutting stream a little early. But I mean, it was like a 7-hour stream anyway, so it's fine.
What was your favorite ride?
Probably Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, did you go to both Disneyland and
DCA? Yep. Yeah. I did. We had a park hopper. Yeah.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy is my favorite. I'd say,
I think it's everyone's favorite. It's a good ride.
Yeah, it's the most interesting ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you try Rebels Rise of the Rebellion?
Oh, Rise
or something?
of the Resistance.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's a good ride. A lot of really great storytelling and cinematography.
You know that ride is just on like an autonomous car that's not on a track or anything like that?
You're kidding. I thought it was like a magnet on the floor or something.
It's an autonomous car, like 2 cars that are just driving through stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you should look on the ground, and you'll see like there's no tracks or anything.
Well, I know there's no tracks, but I thought there must have been something.
Like a magnet?
Yeah.
It might be a magnet.
Moving,
it might be. But if you could collab with anyone, who would it be? Says Roy Story.
Probably. Ooh, just one?
How about your top 3?
Water.
Water Lynn?
Yeah, I think she's so cute, and she seems really nice.
Yeah, she's cool. I've met her a few times.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to reach out to her, but she's in Korea.
She's going to China after. So you may have missed your chance.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe she'll come back.
Well, what do you mean? She's definitely coming back, no? Really?
I don't know. I'm not Water. I don't know the answer to that.
Oh,
Maybe.
I had no idea. Oh, maybe I'll just have to go to China to see her. Oh, when Jake bought his house, I was like, oh, they're doing great in LA.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, all right.
You have any other streamers?
Whoa. You know who I'm also a big fan of right now is Jay Streezy.
Jay, wow,
Yeah.
Jay, really?
Yeah, have you seen his streams?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really a huge Jay fan. If I say I'm not a huge Jay fan, it sounds like I don't like him. But it's not that I don't like him. It's just that I wasn't like watching him very much. I like Jay. I like Jay.
Yeah,
So I don't want to sound like I'm not a Jay fan. It's in the literal sense, I wasn't a huge Jay fan. But I think Jay is making a lot of smart moves, and he's very interesting to me. So yeah, Jay is a really good streamer.
Yeah, Jay did blow up. I'm still new to the IRL scene, so I'm still getting to know who all these people are. But yeah, his streams kept coming up on my recommended, and he's in India. And yeah, it just looks so cool.
That's so yeah, because the India stream was like how did you pull that off? Like he's the first person
Never
to
been
stream in
done.
India, I believe,
Mhm.
and I really like that. I feel like a lot of people are kind of like doing same thing, like going to the
Well,
same
it's
spots and stuff.
safer,
But
like, because you are in places that have good connection. Like you know that you're already gonna f in places where there's good connection. So why risk it and go someplace where you don't even know if the connection is good and like almost have inevitable effing always. But what's impressive is that he doesn't f a lot. So how'd you do that? Yeah.
in my opinion, I think you should stream with Shibuya Kaho if you go to Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When I go to Japan, I'm definitely gonna reach out to her for sure because I'm a
Yeah.
huge fan of her.
Really?
Yeah,
I've met her before. She's really
You've
cool.
met her.
Yeah.
I hear nothing but positive things about her. Yeah, and I've watched her like some of her like YouTube interviews, and I don't know. She just seems like a really cool person. I would love to. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost didn't say her. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions in chat? We'll take one more question before we get back.
You've met a lot of streamers, huh?
Yeah, I've met a ton of streamers.
Yeah.
In kind of, I don't really watch streams that much anymore because I'm like not as interested in watching Twitch these days. But
Yeah.
in my spare time, I'll like browse through Twitch and I'll always try to follow like new streamers, especially if they're doing IRL. So IRL's like auto follow for me if they do on IRL.
You hear that? You'll get a follow from John if you do IRL streams.
Yeah, if I could find you. Is there any good questions in the chat? Not dumb questions.
I follow Japandi. For the longest time, I didn't know how my partner badge. I think when I got banned, I think my partner badge in chat was removed somehow, and I had to manually put it back on. But I didn't know that, so for like 2 months, I would type in people's chats, and they would just like ignore me. And I felt so like excluded from the community. And then I found out later that my badge wasn't in chat. And it was actually Mikey. He does IRL in New York. He's like, okay, Peach, you have to figure out your badge situation because every time you type in, I don't realize it's you. And I was like, what are you talking about? and then I looked into it and I realized that my badge wasn't there, so I had to manually put it back in.
Yeah.
But for the longest time, I didn't know. So in Japandi's stream, I would like, chat and stuff. And he would always ignore my messages. And I was like, fuck, he doesn't like me. But he just didn't know that. He just didn't know who I was. Yeah.
Okay, I don't really see any other questions. At least I don't think so. I'm trying to scroll through here. I like this one. jonsfm is cool guy. Thanks, Mango Flip. That's not a question, but I'll take
really
it.
Cool guy.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Is there a buzzing sound? There might be some buzzing sounds. Static. Did that just come up? Has to be something with my routing. It's a lot of static. Did it just start happening? Chat. There's a buzzing. I hear static. Let me see. Let me see if I can fix it. Oh yeah, it's a lot. Oh, there we go. It was my phone.
Oh, okay.
I fixed it. I fixed it. I fixed it. It was my phone. Wow, that's weird. I fixed it. But now it's like annoying for me to look at the chat. I mean, looking at the chat normally is already annoying, but now it's like off to the side. Okay. Let's get back into our conversation. So I wanted to talk about kind of like your perspective being a girl streamer and being a female streamer. So I'm curious, like, how you feel being a female streamer. Do you have any kind of like adversity or interesting experience being a girl streamer? Do you think it's advantageous to be a female streamer or disadvantageous to be a female streamer? Like, what is your take on that?
There's so many factors that go into it. It's hard to give like a clear-cut answer. As a female streamer, I think there are definitely many shortcuts when you start out. And I think I definitely grew fast because I was a booba streamer. However, I did plateau, and after a certain point, it's like when I was able to, you know, hit the partner numbers, and then I was like, I don't know, I was just kind of like stuck around like the 200 mark, and after that it just wasn't growing at all. And then I kept switching categories, so I would switch TFT tanked my viewership. So then I would do like yoga streams, and that went up a bit, but then it plateaued. And then I did IRL, and then it tanked. But then I started doing beach streams, and it went up again. I don't know. In terms of just being a streamer, like a regular streamer, I think it's hard for girls because guys don't really even click on your streams. Unless, you know, that thumbnail is clickbait.
Do you think so?
What do you guys think? I think so. I think when you see all the thumbnail clips lined up together, it's like, oh, which one are you gonna pick? The most clickbaity. And if a girl is covered up or doesn't have makeup on, or just sitting there playing games, she's probably not going to get as many clips as a girl who's probably doing the same thing but is in a bikini in a hot tub, or you know, has her tits out, or
True.
things like that. So if you play the game right, I think it is quicker for girls to grow, as opposed to being a guy. It's like there's so many guy streamers, and I think if you're starting out at base 0, it's tough to be noticed, because you all kind of just look, all the thumbnails of guys streaming, they all look the same. Maybe just like the background color lights are different. So that's, in that sense, sure, it's easy being a girl streamer, but in terms of having a genuine connection with your fan base and growing a quality community, I think that's harder for girls. Like, I'll see a streamer, a guy streamer who has 50 viewers, and then I see chat is like, you know, really popping off, and he's really engaging, whereas I'll have a 400 viewer stream and doing like a hot tip stream, and it's all just like, it's either it's not moving at all, or they'll just be like Coomer chats, and it's like, oh man. But that's pretty
interesting.
What do you think about
would
that?
you say that kind of having that type of content, the chat activity is slower?
Yeah. Sometimes I'll have like 1,000 people watching, and my chat will just be quiet, and it's like, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah, maybe they don't have any hands to chat.
Actually, maybe that might be true. Maybe they don't have hands.
So would you agree with kind of the thing, like, what's your opinion about the growth of female streamers versus male streamers? I'm curious about that, and I have a statement that I'm curious if you agree with, but let me hear what you think about
The growth?
Yeah, in terms of growth.
starting at like 0.
Yeah, at the same place. Let's say hypothetically.
I would say girls have it easier for sure. If they stick to a formula, they can grow fast.
Is that like, is there a cap to where they can grow up to, or?
And yes, I think there is a cap.
Do you think guys can grow like beyond the cap? Like, what's the difference in their caps? Is there
I
a
think
cap?
so. I mean, people throw out this number a lot, but you know, the top 100 streamers, and then 2 of them are female. Maybe 3 now with Iron Mouse, actually.
Yeah, that's a good point there. So I'm curious if you agree with this, that when female streamers stream, they have a high, what's the word? They have a high floor, but they have a low ceiling. Does that make sense? And then when guys stream, they have a low floor, but they have a high ceiling. That means basically is that it's easier for girls to get to a base level of viewership, so they can grow their stream to like X amount. But once they reach that, they kind of cap out because they can't get any higher than that, because their relationship with their viewers, or like the content has kind of it plateaus at a certain point. Whereas guy streamers, it's harder for them to reach to that high viewership point. But if they could do it, they can surpass female streamers. And you can see that in the numbers where like you said, in the top like 20 viewers or 20 streamers, only 3 of them are like girls or something like that.
Top 100.
Top 100.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pokimane, Amaranth, and now Iron Mouse after her subathon. Record breaking, right? Her subathon. That was pretty
she's
insane.
Most sub female streamer.
Ah, yeah. Yeah. Go Iron Mouse. Yeah, I would agree. And of course, there's always exceptions to the rule, and you could be like, oh, well, Ginny is so successful, or you know, so and so. But there will always be exceptions to the rule. But in general, I believe that to be the case from what I've seen and experienced myself.
Do you have any like difficulties being a female streamer?
I think the quality of the community is what's difficult, because you can grow as fast as you want by farming Coomers, but that's not a community, you know? And if you look at my chat, it's like, I do pride myself in my community. And whenever I do like hotel streams or hot tub streams or beach streams, a lot of the compliments I get and I pride myself in is, wow, this chat is actually really cool. It's like, oh, your chat's like really tame. Like, what is this? And compared to if you look at other hot tub streamers, and their chat is just like wild and rude, and very disrespectful, and but you know,
what's the level of like toxicity in your channel that you'd admit to?
I used to be really strict. It's like I always had one finger on the ban button. I would like ban
one finger on the trigger, ready to go.
Always. I was like ready to ban, because I didn't want to cultivate a shitty community.
Do you think your content kind of attracts those type of viewers?
Yeah. Any hot tub streamers or any titty streamers, or booba streamers. I don't.
You can say titty streamers.
Okay, cool,
we'll call them titty. Yeah, we can say whatever we want. Dick streamers.
Yeah,
for sure.
They, the quality of people tend to be a little bit more candid. Yeah, non-filter.
So is it because more so the attention's on you, and you're kind of bringing in that? So like, what type of interactions that you'd say you'd get on average
now?
Yeah, is it more positive, or is it?
Yeah, I think so. And the compliments are like, oh, you look very nice, you know. But I'm trying to, but now I feel like I got some constructive criticism that people are now scared to type in my chat because they don't want to get banned. And
that sounds tight to me.
They're scared to interact with me, and I'm like getting too power hungry. So now I'm trying to like be a little bit more lenient, and like I told my mods to, like, you know, just as long as no one's breaking like TOS, it's fine. You could just like delete messages or whatever.
That's actually a pretty interesting like thing that you said, because I personally don't have that type of experience as a streamer where you might come from, because I'm sure, I don't know how many females there are in the chat or females who will be watching this, but I think that, you know, people could look up to you as a female streamer and to think about like how they want to cultivate their chat, because I'm sure as a starting female streamer, you're really thinking about stuff like that. Like, I know for sure there's gonna be some shit guys coming in and saying something about my tits. So what do I do in that situation? Is it better to like kind of gauge the quality of that comment? Do I say something about that? Do I ignore it? Does it get banned? Like, what's the correct etiquette that I want to kind of go through? And I'm sure that you are trying to like figure that out yourself, right?
Yeah, because I think the main reason why girls can't maintain retention is because of like that quality of relationship they have with their viewers, and people who watch girl streamers, they also tend to kind of jump around from girl streamer to girl streamer. So I really wanted to focus on that relationship aspect, which is why I was like hyper focused on just like keeping out, like,
yeah,
you know,
you're trying to build a fortress.
Yeah,
but that could also kind of hurt you.
But yeah, I think I went too far on the other end, to where now I cultivated a community where like someone will type in chat and everyone attacks them, you know, and it's like, okay, well, I don't want that. So now I'm trying to like reel back, and now I'm trying to find like, I'm trying to walk this balance of like, you know, nipping things in the butt, but also, I don't know.
You want to be playful, but at the same time, you don't want things to get out of hand. So it's kind of hard to kind of find what type of viewers are, you know, acceptable and not acceptable. Like what type of behavior is acceptable in your chat and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's really hard.
I want them to come for like you know, it's the clickbait that gets them to come, but then I would want them to stay for the vibes and like the community. So yeah. Keem, sorry. I can't.
Oh, this guy's in the chat. All right, somebody ban that guy. I'm just kidding.
Ban.
I should actually give this guy something so I can make sure that he's not a fake Mr. Keem. I don't know how to do it. There's no like button to like VIP this guy, huh?
Oh yeah.
I have to like manually type his name out and
Can your mods VIP him?
I don't think they can.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Keem? Thanks for interrupting our conversation. You know, now that you're in here, you're like, hey guys.
Hey guys.
All right, this isn't about him. All right, I VIP'd him.
Woo!
VIP. What was I gonna say? Oh, we were talking about. Okay, so I think we talked about like the advantages of what being a female streamer means, right? Would you say that these advantages are? Actually, I don't even know where I'm going with this question. I think I answered it already, right? Okay, basically what I wanted to say was that there's like advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah,
of being a female streamer.
advantage is growth. Disadvantage is lack of retention. And you have to constantly be live and grinding in order to like keep, they call it farming, just like keep a farm, because like they're everywhere.
Let's talk about like preparation for looks. Okay, this is the point that I wanted to make. And I think that we were talking about this earlier when we were having lunch, but I had mentioned that there's a lot of criticism for girl streamers because a lot of male streamers get jealous of girl streamers seeing their viewership, and then they say that, oh, it must be so easy to be a girl, right? When in my opinion, I think the things that come with being a girl streamer are like so the negatives outweigh the positives, in my opinion, of being a girl streamer. Like, one thing is that, okay, so maybe you're not as good as a guy at a game, for example, but the time that you put into the time that one will put into getting good at being good at that game, maybe a female streamer is putting the time into making themselves look good, putting makeup on, going to the gym, and all that stuff. And in my opinion, that is so fucking hard to do. That is harder than getting good at a game. Yeah. Like, who cares that you're like rank whatever at like TFT or whatever? Like, you're going to the gym and you're putting makeup on. That to me is super fucking hard. And I have a lot of respect for girls. And plus they have to deal with like all the shitty comments that come into their chat about like, show me your tits or something like that, So like, what do you think about that?
Right. There's pros and cons to every situation. There's pros and cons to being a girl streamer. There's pros and cons to being a guy streamer. I totally think I understand and sympathize with guys who get jealous or upset that a girl gets more attention. I totally understand that, because a guy and a girl streamer can put in the same amount of hours, but a girl will get a payout much faster. I totally get that. At the same time, to brush off something as if, oh, they get it so much easier, I don't think that is a fair point, because I don't think it's about fairness. Like, you want to compare miseries. Like, we could go up. We could talk. It takes me 2 hours every day.
2 hours.
2 hours, yeah.
What are you doing for 2 hours? What does 2 hours mean?
Okay, putting on makeup takes a long time, guys.
How long does it take for you to put on the
like
makeup?
an hour to an hour and a half.
Oh my god, 1 hour.
And then I scramble to like get everything set up, and then I go live. But that's very small to me. And yeah, as a girl, you have to maintain your diet and all that stuff. But that part is like, I don't even register that, because it's such a minuscule aspect of being a girl streamer. All the behind the scenes stuff with the negative comments and stalkers and just the dangers of being a girl streamer and a girl IRL streamer, I think that aspect people don't understand.
Yeah, especially being a female IRL streamer, because you are outside in the wild and your location is revealed at all times, basically. Yeah. So you are like at a much higher risk than just like a regular at-home streamer. They don't want to dox, right?
There are a lot of people who just don't like female streamers, and they get upset that I'm even streaming at all, and they want to make us pay for it. And so just the danger aspect of it, like, I went into streaming already accepting the fact that I will have multiple stalkers, and I will be put into positions where my safety is at risk. So I've already gone through multiple steps to make sure I'm safe. I specifically live in a building in Hawaii where it's high security, specifically for that, because I'm prepared. And I've already come across, like, as a I would consider myself still a small streamer, but now I've already gone through a whole stalker situation, and it's just gonna keep happening. So girls don't have it easy, but we can't really go into it. I mean, like, I think Amaranth is a very it's just like a prime example of what behind the scenes looks like. He thinks that it's so easy, but like your whole safety and well-being is compromised.
Right. It's hard to say like who has it better.
It's hard to say. Yeah, for sure. It's we could spend all day comparing dick sizes. You know, like who has it more rough than the other. But the point where like guys get upset and personally victimized that a girl is streaming and she's doing well, that's not good karma. That's not good karma, bro. Like, you should be happy for her and wish her all the success in the world. And at the end of the day, her viewership is probably not the same as yours anyway, so she's not taking viewers from you. Look at I don't know, be upset at Miskiff or something, because he's probably gonna be the one sharing viewers. You know, like yeah.
Okay, you said it takes you 2 hours. And 1 hour is putting on makeup. And then the second hour is like the tech stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it took me about an hour to set up this whole set. I would imagine if I had to put makeup on and stuff, that would take way more time. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough being a girl. So I mean, yeah, good shit. All power to the ladies. To be honest, I know today's Father's Day, but I always respect the girls who are like really trying, especially doing different things and
thanks,
streaming.
Dad.
Yeah, respect. There was like another thing that I wanted to talk about this, but it slipped my mind. Okay, but one part, if I can remember it, how long have we been doing this? One section of this podcast is that I always want to cover the your setup for your stream. So I think this would be interesting to go over.
Okay, yeah.
This is probably not the most interesting for the chat, but let me just see. We've been streaming for
I don't know. A lot of the people in my chat, they really love the tech stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are, you know, there's more and more people who are becoming curious about IRL streaming.
Yeah, I mean, for IRL streaming, tech is very, I mean, like, for viewers, they don't really care, right? But what I really want to get to is that if you are to ever inspire someone else to stream, especially another female streamer, you know, any information that you can give about how you do it is valuable information. So let's see what you got.
Okay, sorry, there's probably sand.
It's okay, yeah. I'm like brushing off the sand from the table. We were just at the beach.
I did a little beach stream before John met up with me.
Don't forget the final segment we made up. Oh, yeah. Remind me. I might forget. Okay. We'll leave it on this one. So...
Sorry,
okay,
let's... something?
No, it's fine. Let's talk about your backpack. And let's move this. Just in case all the water spills.
Oh, I drank all
somewhere.
The water.
Oh, you're drinking. Okay.
Okay.
Let's run through your setup.
Sure. This is my backpack. It's just a mesh backpack to keep things ventilated. You know, an issue I never run into is overheating.
Really? I would imagine Hawaii is pretty hot, right?
Yeah.
And
I mean,
you've never had an
I don't put this
overheating
out
issue.
in the sun or anything like that.
Interesting.
But yeah, I remove all the batteries.
What kind of temperatures are out there in Hawaii?
It's always the same, high 70s.
It's not
to
that
low
hot.
80s. Yeah, during the day it's about.
Is it like
80
very
degrees.
humid?
Very humid.
So it feels hotter.
What is it, like 72% humidity or something like that?
Oh, so it feels hotter. It's not necessarily hotter.
Yeah, pretty sticky.
But I would imagine the like humidity might affect the
Oh, for
electronics.
sure. Yeah. I'm sure I'm gonna have to replace a lot of these.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, your backpack.
Okay.
She's got a pink one.
I got a pink one. This
Is it because it's like a girly decision to make it pink?
Yeah.
You like pink?
I like colorful things.
Okay.
And I find that pink is the easiest color to find.
It also, they can identify you in a crowd.
True.
That's the one.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, why the fuck are all these people staring at me? And it's because I'm holding a camera in a bright pink backpack.
Okay.
So I'll start with
Alright,
the
what's
inner
in the back?
workings, yeah. Yeah. So this is my setup. That's all it is. My setup is really small. I think this is like 10 by
You have the
6
organizer.
or something like that.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah.
What else is in there?
You recommended this. So
I didn't recommend that.
what? You're the grid organizer?
Oh, the organizer. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I actually got
recommended
the big one.
Uh-huh.
I got the big one that you recommended, but it was too big, so I got a small one.
Yeah, it might be better for you because that one is like that's a smaller setup, I imagine. But yeah. Anyways.
I kept the big one though because I'm upgrading to a live view solo. But yeah, for now this is not going to be my setup when I go back to Hawaii.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is what I started out with, and I have been using this since March, so 3 months.
So what do we got here?
We got the encoder. This is the TBS encoder. I followed Spreezy's tutorial, and he recommended this. I totally would recommend this as well as a beginner encoder if you don't want to commit to this. I like this because it's less expensive than a live view solo and less complicated than a Bella Box. Maybe a Bella Box upgraded their tech that it's like a little bit more straightforward, but this is like really even more straightforward.
You're actually the first person besides Spreezy I've ever seen use this, and I don't think Spreezy uses this anymore.
He actually, I think he mentioned in his videos that he personally does not use the TBS encoder.
Yeah.
Like
I heard it's not reliable. But your experience is pretty good with it so far.
I think so. I do run into a lot of tech issues for sure, and I probably wouldn't recommend this to anybody who is not tech savvy or who's not passionate in troubleshooting, because you're gonna do that a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, what this is very small encoder. It has one HDMI in, one Ethernet out, and one DC jack. It looks like.
Yeah.
And then you have this plugged into your batteries, I assume.
Yeah.
There's a converter over here, and these are 2 batteries, and
my Nighthawk.
Nighthawk.
This is the old one. That's 4G LTE. I recently upgraded to. So I am creating a setup for my dog, actually, for her own channel. So I'm gonna give her my old setup, and then so I upgraded everything to a live view solo multi-modem, all that stuff for myself.
What's the dog's channel?
Right now it's Hilo Baby K9, and it's a play on words of my old name on Twitch, but I don't know if I'm gonna change the name yet. I haven't launched her channel yet.
Got it.
So she's gonna have this modem, but I recently upgraded to the 5. They have a new model. It's 5 gigabyte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout outs to her dog's channel if you guys want to follow that for future dog content.
Yeah.
Okay, what else do we got over here?
Okay, and this is just both 20k milliamps batteries. That lasts me like.
The reason why you have 220k amps is because
I stream long hours, and like I never want to worry about batteries.
These are underneath the limit that you need to put on a plane.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that's another important point. So if you're thinking about traveling, maybe one of these are pretty good. OtterBox.
Yeah,
right?
It's pretty good. Yeah, if you shake them, there's sand in there. There's sand in everything if you shake it. Okay. Yeah, and that's it. For my mic, it's charging now. I just use the classic Rode Go that everyone uses. I didn't start out with this. I got this old version used. Everything, I started out everything budget. So I think my whole setup was less than 1K because I would buy things secondhand, used, and it was great. And now that I'm like actually making income from streaming, I'm starting to upgrade everything. So everything that I make through Twitch, I put all of it back into my setup.
That's an awesome tip, by the way. If you see any of my stuff, literally like 90% of all of this is used. Like these mics, this stand, everything here, the table, even this TV, like everything is almost used. 90% of this is like secondhand market stuff.
Right?
Yeah, just because it's cheaper.
Like, the biggest tip I would give anyone is to try to buy secondhand, whether it's through Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp is another app or whatever.
I use OfferUp too.
Especially like if you live in a big city like LA, there's so many options because so many people try to start streaming and so many people try to become a YouTuber or whatever.
And they give up the gear.
And then they just give up. So might as well just buy it used, and it's usually brand new.
You might find some of my stuff on there.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, and
more batteries.
Charger, a wallet.
This is my pouch. I keep 3 sets of mics because they're the first thing to like run out of battery, and since I stream so much.
Okay, wait. The reason why you have these wireless mics, what is it because of your camera's microphone? Okay, so let's go into this one.
So I use a GoPro.
She's the only one that I know streams off of a GoPro,
Yeah.
except for Goof Guy used to, but he switched.
2 reasons why I chose the GoPro. First of all, starting out, it's much cheaper because you can buy GoPros used, like practically brand new, and you could buy it used. So I actually started out with the Hero 8 with the
You have 2 GoPros.
Yeah, I do, because I carry 2s of everything because things F all the time. This GoPro Hero 8 barely used, so it was like new. I got it for $100 with the media mod, which retail would be over $300-$400. And then recently, so I'm gonna give this to Hilo, my dog, and I upgraded to I think it's a 9 or something. But the reason why I use a GoPro, one, it's cheaper and easier to find, because the other option is the Sony, right? What's it called? Sony.
The AS300 or the FDR 3000, but they're both
they're
unavailable yet discontinued. It's really very hard to find.
Very hard to
expensive.
find and expensive. Yeah, I would like to eventually upgrade to that, but this is a GoPro. Also, it's more inconspicuous, so I don't get questions about it. Because when I was looking into buying cameras, and I would watch IRL streamers, I would always see them getting asked, "Oh, what camera is that? Oh, what is that? What?" Yeah, right?
Fathers all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Father's Day DILFs always come up to me every time I stream without fail. At least one father will come up to me, middle-aged guy.
Yeah.
Hey, what camera is that?
What camera is that?
All the time.
Yeah, because I mean, you don't see those cameras anymore, and it draws attention.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm a girl holding a GoPro, and people just assume, oh, she's vlogging, and vlogging is pretty common nowadays. So I don't get questions about that. So yeah, those 2 reasons. It's inconspicuous and it's cheaper, which helps me as a female streamer starting out. However, there's a lot of struggles with this. For example, just cord management. I can't use the L right angle adapters.
Oh yeah.
So these things like get flimsy and they break all the time.
That's true. Yeah, the port probably might go out too at some point.
Yeah, so I might even have to trade out my media mod eventually, which I actually had to do with my 8.
Okay.
So that sucks, and I can't do a L because then it blocks the other one. You can't. Can you? I don't know if you guys can see.
Maybe you can bring it up to this one.
Yeah.
Oh no, they can't really see.
I can't even use the L adapter or right angle adapter because then it would block the other ports. So that's one issue. I have to replace cores all the time, and eventually the media mod. So I don't know if it's better or not. I would say if you're starting out, yeah, it's great because it's $100 as opposed to how much is the Sony one?
They are average maybe like $300.
300.
But you can sometimes find people selling them for like 150-ish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's if you're lucky though.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else in the backpack?
Yeah.
Cool. You got that cool selfie stick and the holder.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joby.
Phone holder.
Nothing too special. Do you have anything special in here? Any
Not really.
Secret?
This is a shoulder mount. I never use this.
Oh, really?
Because as a girl streamer, they don't want POV. They're not interested in that. The moment,
Good point.
Yeah, the moment I strap it on my shoulder, it's like my viewership just goes down. So I carry this when if someone else is holding my setup for me,
cameraman.
they use this mount so they have the camera on me, and they don't have to carry around. And then I have this pouch just for my personal phone.
I see.
You know, because if I'm in a bikini, I never have pockets, so I have to have pockets on me. I think that's it, really.
I use like a strap.
Oh, a strap. I can't cover my booba. That's the thing. It's always, you always have to think about the angle.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, this is your stream, so it's not that big of a deal. If this was my stream, the girls would be out more. Yep.
I mean, they could be out more on my stream if you want too. I mean, I have no objection.
Raise the viewership. Yeah.
I have no objection.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I lost this pin. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay.
That's all you got in here?
Yeah, that's it, really.
Cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not much.
Chargers.
Yeah, cords and all that stuff. But that's all it is.
Okay.
It's pretty light.
So the whole point of the microphones again is that the GoPro mic audio is not that good.
The media mod for the GoPro, the audio is so bad, because it takes in everything. Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay. You can.
Sorry, now there's sand everywhere.
It's fine. No big deal.
Gosh, everywhere I go, there's sand.
She brought Hawaii.
Yeah. Even in my suitcase, I like start unpacking in my hotel room, and then there's sand everywhere. I'm like, how did that happen?
Okay, so a couple last things I wanted to ask. If you have any advice for any newer female streamers or just newer IRL streamers in general, what advice would you give them?
That's
because I feel like you could potentially be like a inspiration to newer IRL streamers, especially female ones.
I would love to be. That's so hard.
No advice?
Well, first of all, you have to be ready to grind and put in the hours. I think, yeah, a lot of people think they could just turn on the camera, but streaming is not easy, and you have to be willing to grind. If you work full time, you have to also stream when
hey, there's a good Ness Alpaca's in the stream. She is a streamer from Sydney, newer IRL streamer.
Oh, Sydney!
You are directly giving advice to her. My advice was to give that wasn't advice, that was just a joke, but she's listening.
Oh, Ness Alpaca, hi, nice to meet you.
Her ears are up right now. They're pointing to the sky.
It's hard. I hate to sound so shallow. I really hate to sound so shallow. But to initially grow as a female streamer,
No, I mean, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be advice to grow, but
okay.
like to inspire them to maybe continue streaming, or like, what's this? Like, don't give up, girl. You know, there's gonna be so many shitheads coming into your stream talking about your ass, but all you gotta do is do this. Is what I did. Nothing.
Give up.
Give up?
I don't know. The thing is, I would feel so guilty to inspire someone to start streaming because there's a high failure rate, and I don't even want a part of that. You know what I'm saying? If you need inspiration from me, then you probably shouldn't stream. Because there's a difference between doing something out of motivation and doing something out of discipline. Because doing something when you're motivated is really easy. But there's going to be so many days where you're not motivated to do it.
Was there a time that you thought about quitting streaming?
No, I'm still new, and so I don't think I've hit that point. Oh. But every day it is hard to get up and like put on makeup and get ready and.
So what keeps you motivated?
That's the thing. Sometimes there are days where I have no motivation, where I want to quit or where I just don't want to stream today. But that's where discipline comes in, and you have to inspire yourself. You can't look towards other people, and you have to just do it because you do it. You can't be a streamer and then not stream when you don't feel like streaming, because that's not you're not gonna do well in that sense. Am I making sense?
Yeah, I think, you know, do you exercise and you go to the gym and you do yoga, right?
Yeah.
Or I don't know if you go to the gym, but you at least do yoga.
I do yoga.
You do yoga.
Yeah.
So I think that in that perspective, the reason why you want to work out is because you want to be healthy yourself, right? Right. So you're working out not for other people. You're doing it for yourself, right? Would you say streaming is kind of similar to that?
It's exactly like going to the gym. Exactly. There are days, especially when you're first starting to work out, where it's easy because you're motivated, but eventually that motivation fades. And when you look at other streamers for inspiration and stuff, it's just not going to hit. But when you start streaming, you really, really have to want it and be able to be disciplined in yourself in order to succeed in this field, because it's so cutthroat. Everyone wants it more than you do. So the moment you don't feel like, I guess that that's, I know it doesn't sound inspiring, but I don't want to say something inspiring to motivate someone to make a huge financial investment into a career path that they didn't fully realize was going to be really difficult. Because I think what everyone sees is rainbows and sunshine. Mm-hmm. But it's all an act. It's really tough. It's so tough being a streamer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Well said. I'll give it up. Okay, so this is the last part of the stream. Is Peach's mic off? Oh, it's just her mic is not close enough to her mouth.
What?
I'm gonna ask one last question, and I'm gonna let you think about it. And while you think about it, I'll see if there's anything in the chat that we can address.
Okay.
But the final section of this podcast was invented by Mr. Kim. And
wait, can I say something?
Yeah.
Prepare for failure. No, failure is not an option. I'm going to go Tiger Mom on you right now. If you start streaming, you have to understand that there is no room for failure. Keep that mindset.
That's an interesting perspective.
I
I embrace failure personally.
Well, to grow, right? Sure, yeah. you could fail and grow, but you have
to keep going. Okay, so this was Mr. Kim's segment of this.
I saw it. Yeah,
and it is, if I remember, you have to call out someone, and you have to call out someone within the community or just anyone, who are you gonna call out? Is that right?
Yeah,
Team,
yeah, yeah.
That was. It's been a long time since we did it, but I think that was right.
Yeah,
Call out
I
someone.
watched that. I watched that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, think about it, and then I'm
Okay.
gonna look into the chat.
Okay, can I pee?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Think about it while you pee. Okay. Hopefully we can't hear her pee. While she's in the bathroom, I am going to look into the chat, and hopefully my phone is not causing any static while it's over here. Is there any last questions that you guys want to ask while she's in the restroom to my guest, or I guess myself? Yeah, Ness is in the chat. What's up? No buzzing? Okay, cool. What's up, Hawaii stream team? My homies. How much income to viewership ratio? That's an interesting question. Does she smell good? I didn't smell her. Is she still doing the hotel stream after the podcast? Yeah, she said she would do it. Quants. Yay, thanks for the 100 bits. That question I can't ask or answer. I've been told. It's biggest troll in the chat.
Also, can I just say I'm back. You know how I did the whole thing about like, oh, you have to wear makeup. It takes 2 hours to get ready to put on makeup. This is not a fresh face of makeup. Okay, this is we did almost an 8-hour stream today in the blistering sun. Okay, and this is after that. If I knew we were doing this ahead of time, I would have put on makeup for this. So,
I mean, you look fine, I guess.
I guess.
I mean, no, I mean that's true. Like, you look fine. Like,
Okay.
what can I expect? You know, like how much better can more makeup, do?
I mean, I just looked at myself in the mirror now, and I was like, oh fuck. So
You look fine.
Oh, thank you, John. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, I'm curious about the fake eyelashes though. I'm personally not a fake eyelash guy. Yeah. I want to like
Rip them off.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of girls like it, especially ABGs. That's like
Yeah.
that's the signifier.
On camera, I agree with you. In person, I'm not a fan, and I normally don't wear big eyelashes, but on camera, it makes your eyes look bigger. It like has that anime
interesting.
effect. Yeah. So, whereas like if I take them off, you would notice the difference. If I did take it off, my eyes would look so much smaller.
Yeah, guys. So from a guy's perspective, we couldn't tell like the levels of makeup. We only know makeup on and makeup off. I know for girls they have like, okay, I'm ascending to like, now I'm gonna put more makeup and stuff and light makeup and nude color or whatever, concealer and all that, contour my nose. But for guys it's like, oh, you have makeup today, and oh, you don't have makeup today. That's it. Like, okay, so the income question, I think that's a good question, but that's a hard question to ask.
What was the question?
The question is the income ratio to viewership. Like, if you can comment on that. But I think that's too hard of a question to
viewer ratio.
Yeah.
That's hard to comment on because I only know my viewer to income ratio.
And I think it could be different per channel too, because
channel,
even if her channel and my channel had the same viewership, we might not have the same income because it's just the way that the chat interacts with us, right?
Yeah.
Or how we get paid through the chat. So I think that's kind of hard to comment on.
Well, I could tell you when I started doing IRL streams, I was not making any money. And so I would do hot tub streams for income and then IRL streams for fun. But now I've learned to like push goals and really like my community has supported me a lot, and I'm just honest with them. Like, you know, they want me to do all sorts of kinds of things, and it's like, okay, well, it just kind of costs money and it adds up. So my community has helped me out a lot more. But yeah, starting out IRL, I was not making any money at all. I would just be negative every stream.
Dang.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay, did you think of someone to call out?
Anyone?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is a tradition of
Okay.
my podcast. As started by Mr. Kim.
Okay. Shibuya Kaho. And
Why would
you
you
said
call her out?
anyone.
Yeah. Why call out Shibuya Kao?
Because I think she's in an interesting position where she has her former life that kind of follows her around, and she's trying to recreate herself, rebrand herself as what she is now. And I think she's very successful at it. And also I think she's just like a really nice person. I think her story is really interesting. If you watch any of her like former interview stuff, she has a very interesting.
That's a call out?
As a call out? Is that a bad call out?
It sounds like you just like complimented her.
Oh wait, call out? What? Wait, hold on. You call out to come on to the next stream?
No,
wait,
I thought we were talking shit.
Oh, I wasn't understanding the assignment. I did not understand the assignment. I thought you meant call out another streamer to be on your podcast.
Is that what it is? Wait, Kim, what was it? I forgot.
Is Keem still here?
He's the one that invented it, so I don't know. Maybe it
You
is
don't
call out
know?
someone to be on the podcast. I don't know. I forgot. I don't remember. It's been like
Wait.
how many months?
Chat.
I forgot.
What?
I forgot.
Call out for the next guest.
Oh, okay. You're calling out Shibuya. Okay.
So
I thought
you-
it was talking shit about someone. My bad. My bad.
I could also call out someone and talk shit.
Okay, do you want to call out someone and talk shit about someone?
No, I can't cause drama.
Okay.
But I already have negative experiences with other streamers.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, chat. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. This was a rather lengthy one.
Yeah.
Thanks, Proper Peach, for coming to the stream. Please give her a follow on her channel.
Ooh.
You know, it's Proper Peach. It's not spelled in any weird way. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let's wrap this one up. Oh, is there anything last things that you want to say? Promotion? Anything?
Oh, well, thanks for having me on your podcast. This was really fun. Yep. I if you want to check out my other platforms, make sure you're 18 plus. Yeah. My Instagram is new.
What can we expect on that?
You know, I don't want to get you banned. we can't be selling
Is there a way
explicit material
to-
here.
oh.
Can
Can we get a sample?
but no sample. I cannot. Yeah. I'm really active on my Twitter and Discord. I'm just started up my Instagram. But everything is Proper Peach, or if the handle is taken, it's Proper Peach Live. So there's all my handles. For my Instagram, it's brand new. I posted my first thirst trap yesterday. So
Are you kind of big on the other platforms? Big on other, not like you have many followers, but like you use other platforms a lot.
do Do I use other platforms?
Yeah, are you like a Instagrammer girl?
Oh no, my Instagram is
No,
new.
it's new.
Yeah, I
Okay.
never had Instagram. My Twitter's new. Discord's everything is new.
They're all new.
Yeah, I mean, except for my
Okay.
paid platforms, because I was
Okay.
doing that before Twitch.
I'm gonna load up a raid.
Ooh.
But while the raid is going out, I just want to ask you, what's the mentality of posting thirst traps of a girl? Like, what's the point of that?
Oh, for
Like,
visibility.
why would you do that?
They have the most engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, just for growth. Any thirst trapping, whether it's booby streamer on Twitch or thirst traps on Instagram, it's all for growth. And then you
Boobs for growth.
Yeah. I mean that they have the most likes and stuff. And then hopefully they come for the booba and then they stay for the personality. That's the goal.
I mean, you're getting some growth, all right. Okay, hey, I'm gonna raid my friend Erica in
Erica.
Japan. I hope you guys enjoy her.
Sushi potato?
Yeah.
Oh!
We're going over to Erica's stream. Thank you guys for hanging out with us again today. Follow her on all the platforms that she just mentioned. Follow me, especially on YouTube. New video coming out this week. And other stuff down the pipeline. Yeah. Hopefully it's a nice, lubricated pipeline. See you guys soon. And have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. Damn, the countdown is like halfway.